Now, from the news team that's covering the Carolinas, this is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 10.
Right now at 10, snow is falling across the Carolinas, and by the time you wake up, it could be up to your knees in some places. Tonight, Channel 9 has a team of meteorologists and reporters tracking the changing conditions and what you can expect over the next few hours. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Natalie Pasquarella.
And I'm Blair Miller. Some neighborhoods will get hit harder than others, but everyone right now is under that winter storm warning. Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson is tracking what you can expect in your neighborhood through tomorrow morning. Steve?
Yeah, Blair, we've already seen a lot of changes. Most of us started as rain as we'd forecast between 6 and 7 o'clock. It quickly changed over to snow, and then we've been flirting with the rain-snow line, especially south of Charlotte, along and south of Highway 9. It has been mostly rain so far, and that rain line continues to try to lift onto the north. North of Charlotte, it has been mostly snow. This is our dual-pole radar. You know, we talk about it doing a couple of things. One is it can tell you the difference between a raindrop and a snowflake. What we're looking at here is what's falling from the sky. The magenta color is all one thing, if you will. Mostly snow north of Charlotte, mostly rain south of Highway 74 to Highway 9. This area is shaded in blue. That is the radar saying, I'm seeing more than one thing. It's seeing rain and snow. That's your rain-snow line. Watch what happens as we put this into motion. This was as of about an hour or so ago. It lifts north. It gets eaten up by the cold air, and now a new one is starting to form between York and Monroe, it looks like. So really, that's the area we're going to keep a very close eye on as far as where that mixing will go. Temperatures doesn't really tell the entire story. It's 32 or 33 just about everywhere. In fact, some of the coldest conditions, Lancaster and Chesterfield, where we're looking at that wintry mix. To show you what we're forecasting and why, let's head over to John.
And you know, Steve, it's the depth of that cold air that allowed some computer models to go fairly high on snow totals, maybe as higher than 8 inches. And we weren't buying that simply because of the fact that this storm had so much moisture that we were going to get a rain-snow line very close to Charlotte, and that would limit the accumulations. And so far, that is taking place exactly as expected. So we do not change our accumulation forecasts by much at all. What we're looking at still, a very high amount Charlotte up to points north. The farther south that you go to Charlotte, that's when those accumulations will lessen. And sorry for folks in South Carolina, some snow, but certainly not on the higher end. We'll continue to keep you updated, and of course on the WSOC weather app as we go through the night. Blair?
All right, thank you, gentlemen. And tomorrow, as a result, Charlotte and Mecklenburg schools will be closed, along with nearly every other district.
Only 3 districts have decided to operate on a 2-hour delay. We created this map to give you a better look. We also have a list scrolling across the bottom of your screen and posted at WSOCTV.com. As the snow continues to accumulate overnight, driving will become more dangerous, of course.
Certainly will. Eyewitness News reporter Alexa Ashwell is checking those conditions now from using our storm cam tonight. And Alexa, I understand right now you are on Highway 73 there in Huntersville.
Yes, Blair, and I just checked with my contacts with Highway Patrol. Troopers have responded to a total of 16 wrecks in just the past couple of hours, so they're asking drivers to really take it slow out here. Here is a live look at the conditions on Samford Road, Highway 73, here in Huntersville. We've seen snow really start to pick up in just the past couple of hours. We had rain earlier than that. It has quickly turned into large flakes. We've seen road crews out, salt and plow trucks monitoring and treating roads. Of course, those main interstates, those main roads are priority right now, of course, as well as the bridges and overpasses, because they are known to be most treacherous during this time. As you can see, roads are snow covered. There is especially a buildup in the median and on the shoulders of the road. Highway Patrol really asking drivers to drop their speed. We have significantly dropped our speed in just the past few hours that we've been monitoring these roads. We're going to be out here, and we'll have an update for you soon. For now, live in Huntersville, Alexa Ashwell, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Alexa, thanks. And she's talking about being out on the roads. We're monitoring an accident here in Northeast Charlotte right now for you. Take a look at your screen. Police are on the scene of that crash. I-85 in the southbound lanes. This is near W.T. Harris Boulevard. Right now, the left lane is blocked, but it is expected to be reopened a little after 10:15 tonight, so about 10-15 more minutes. We're hoping. We're making calls right now to find out exactly how many people were involved in the crash, if anyone was hurt, and how it happened. We'll bring you any new developments as it comes into our newsroom.
A lot of concern about the roads out out there right now, and Charlotte transportation crews say they will keep a close eye on the roads and deploy the crews as they're needed overnight.
They really were getting ahead of it. Eyewitness News reporter Jenna Deary's been getting updates from the city all day. She's live in Uptown tonight. It's coming down, Jenna.
It sure is, Natalie, and they said that their goal all along was to make this experience safe for people here in Charlotte and somewhat enjoyable. I've been very surprised to see how many people have actually been out here at Romare Bearden Park in Uptown playing with their dogs and coming out and walking in this weather, because from what you can tell, walking's probably better than driving. We have seen snow crews, salt crews out here working the roads, but as you can see, the road conditions are not good enough to be called safe. I showed you on Twitter how it was piling up very fast, and it has been steadily coming down with flakes the size of quarters. It almost seemed like someone flipped the on switch at one point tonight when the snow finally started sticking, covering cars, roads, and sidewalks, and it hasn't stopped. Charlotte DOT said they would have crews working around the clock tonight to plow and clear the roads, especially since the city is hosting tens of thousands of people from out of town for the CIAA tournament. We saw some guys walking around Charlotte Plaza on College Street, salting the sidewalks for visitors and Uptown employees. They said their biggest challenge tonight will be keeping up with the snow falling to keep areas clear.
You know, shovel the entranceways, keep them cleared out, so when the customers come, it won't be too bad on them. They won't slip and fall, get hurt, or nothing like that.
And back live tonight, slushy, wet conditions here near Romare Bearden Park. City Manager Ron Carley said it last week. Charlotte is a southern city. We do not have the resources that the northern ones do, but using what we have, city leaders say that crews will be out tonight evaluating the roads to treat those that need it. Live in Uptown, Jenna Deary, Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 10.
Some good reminders. Thank you, Jenna. And Duke Energy says it is keeping an eye on the storm and preparing for the worst. Duke says if the snow is wet, it can more easily build up on trees, causing those limbs to break, of course, resulting in power outages. Service crews will be ready to respond to outages and emergencies if they happen. Duke is encouraging customers to stay away from power lines that seem to be drooping or have already fallen. Crews have already responded to some power outages in Charlotte. We found the lights were out along the 1700 block here on North Davidson Street in Noda, and also at the intersection of Parkwood Avenue in the Plaza. Our crew there at the scene said the lights came back on after about 10 minutes of being there.
Now to Gaston County, where the snow started falling just about 2 hours ago. Eyewitness News reporter Trish Williford continues our team coverage from Mount Holly tonight, and it is coming down there, Trish.
You can see it, can't you? The snow has really been coming down over the past couple of hours here in Mount Holly. We are live just off of South Main Street, and you can see the snow is quickly beginning to accumulate over in these grassy areas. Now, we shot this video just a few minutes ago, and you can see the large snowflakes falling, and this system far from over. Our team of meteorologists is expecting 7 inches to fall here in Mount Holly, but all the snow hasn't prompted people to stay home tonight. We've seen many people still out on the roads here in the city. In fact, we stopped by a local grocery store and saw dozens of shoppers in the parking lot. One woman was out with her 2 children. She says even though the store was crowded, she had to get some food.
It's pretty crowded. All the bread's gone, and the milk, they're stocking it up.
What are you going to do to make sure you get home safely?
Pray.
And go slowly.
Go slow, yeah.
Some good advice there. I just checked in with Mount Holly police and also troopers. They told me so far no problems out on the road, but they encourage everyone to stay home tonight. Reporting live from Mount Holly, Trish Williford, Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 10.
People just need to take it easy. Thanks, Trish. And tonight, the South Carolina DOT is rerouting crews upstate where the storm is expected to have the greatest impact. Eyewitness News reporter Greg Suskin continues our team coverage now from Rock Hill tonight, where they've really seen a mix of the snow and rain. Right, Greg?
That's right, and I'll tell you, so far, if you're a fan of snow, kind of a disappointing night so far in Rock Hill, as we've seen several patches of snow fall, only to be wiped out by rainstorms. Down here, I want to show you, you can see here on the grass, some snow looks like it's starting to stick, but even this is a little bit less than it was a few minutes ago when the rain started. Let's show you some video right now. This is snow from a little bit earlier in the Fort Mill area and the Rock Hill area as well, where around 7:30, 8 o'clock, it looked like it turned over pretty quickly to snow, then went back to rain and some sleet. feet, then back to really heavy flakes of snow for a while. But after that, we saw about an hour of straight rain that just washed it all away. And since then, it's been really hit and miss. And of course, the bottom line of all this is the area where I am in York County is right below that rain-snow line. And that's why we're getting this constant back and forth of changing conditions. We're still expecting some accumulation, but right now, mostly on the grass, not a problem on the roads. When I did talk to DOT a few minutes ago, I asked them, are you changing anything that you're doing tonight because of the changing conditions? As you see the trucks going by behind me, they say no, they're still out there working the roads, trying to prepare for what could be a freeze in the morning. We're live in Rock Hill. Greg Suskin, Eyewitness News at 10.
All right, Greg, not too bad there. We watched as the snow started to fall in Matthews just hours ago. Many people went to this Harris Teeter earlier today to make sure they were all stocked up on what they needed. Channel 9 caught up with some of those shoppers as they prepped up for the winter storm.
It is kind of unusual. I mean, we get an occasional big snow. The one that sticks out in my mind, we got a decent snow last year.
And we remember that one, too. We even saw people waiting in line at some grocery stores as long as 20 minutes. Not too bad, just to check out.
Tonight, we are also following a developing story. Police say they're now investigating a murder-suicide in West Charlotte. Officers responded to a welfare check just after 6 o'clock tonight at a home here on Farmwood Court near Moores Chapel Road. They say they found 2 people dead inside that home. Police so far have not released the names while they contact the next of kin. But investigators did say they are family members, but won't say their exact relation.
We're just a few hours into the storm with many more to go. I'll be using a futurecast to show you when it will finally end. And we're also going to talk about what's going on all of our social media feeds. Folks have been very active.
When the snow started falling, the planes stopped flying at Charlotte Douglas, and why the CIAA basketball tournament is making travel even more difficult.
Wake Up Weather on Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 10 is brought to you by RandyMarion.com.
RandyMarion.com saves you money.
Brand new Chevrolet Silverado full-size utility body truck.
We have $500 available, up to $15,000 off.
And no payment for 90 days. $15,000 off and no payments for 90 days.
You'll never make a better deal anytime, anywhere than right now at Randy Marion.
More excitement. More adventure. More tunes. More versatility. America's most exciting lineup is at your local Nissan store now. And now's the best time to get yours.
Choose the 38 MPG Highway Altima, just $189 per month. Or lease the 40 MPG Highway Sentra, only $149 per month.
Get to Nissan now. Offers end March 2nd.
Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites.
At GMC, one incredible idea leads to another. And here's our latest thinking. Built-in OnStar 4G LTE Wi-Fi, available on the new 2015 GMC Terrain. Making Terrain one very mobile hotspot. Celebrate President's Day. Now current lessees switch to GMC and lease this 2015 Terrain for around $199 per month.
See your Carolina Buick GMC dealer.
Randy Marion has customer courtesy cars.
And now we sell them at huge discounts.
Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs. They all have low miles and huge savings. Randy Marion is the largest General Motors dealer in the whole Southeast.
And that's what makes Randy Marion the king of price.
TV64 is your official lottery station for the North Carolina Education Lottery. Tune in tonight and every night to watch the latest drawings.
We continue to track this winter storm for Charlotte. Stay with the Severe Weather 9 team for the latest on how much snow falls in your neighborhood.
Plus, from school closings to warnings on the roads, we'll have team coverage in the area on Channel 9 Eyewitness News Daybreak starting at 4 a.m.
Anger Management, tonight at 11 on TV64. Fun happens here. Time and temperature brought to you by Honda Dealers of the Carolinas.
We want to show you as many different views of the roads as we can tonight, and this is live using our storm cam out there up in Huntersville. We were just talking with Alexa Ashwell, who's inside there right now, and you can see the snow-covered roads there. This is Highway 73, which is Sanford Road there, exit 23 in Huntersville. If you're familiar with the area, and Alexa was telling us that state troopers are telling her they've had 16 wrecks in just the last hour. That's in Mecklenburg County on the interstates alone. Now let's switch over and show you a live look at the radar. We've got a long way to go tonight, several inches expected, depending on really where you live. We'll get an update on the forecast here in just a few minutes.
Definitely going to be a long night ahead. And just a little more than an hour ago, Charlotte Douglas Airport suspended all flights in and out of the airport because of this winter storm.
That's right. Phil Orban is live there right now to explain. Hundreds of flights are already canceled for tomorrow. Right, Phil?
Blair, it's going to be a long night here at Charlotte Douglas International Airport. These planes here have been parked for hours. The last on-time departure I saw, 8:25 p.m. Thousands of passengers are going to be stranded. To make matters even worse, there aren't any hotel rooms left in the city, thanks largely to the CIAA basketball tournament in Uptown this week. One option, spending the night on a cot in Concourse D or just renting a car and driving. That's what Don Henry and his wife Jean were trying to do tonight. Despite the unfortunate circumstances, though, both remained upbeat.
It is what it is. Ain't no use getting tore up over it.
Yeah, the Henrys took it well. Not everybody did. We'll talk to some frustrated passengers who had a very long day here at Charlotte Douglas International Airport. Live in Charlotte, Phil Orban, Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 10.
Well, I'd say that's the attitude to have. Thanks, Phil. The CIAA commissioner says they will still hold the games tomorrow, but will try to get through them faster than usual. They plan to have a 20-minute break in between each game before the next one starts. Tournament officials say parents and students should be extra careful as they're making their way to the arena tomorrow.
We're asking our administrators and student athletes to make sure that they come safely, prepare in time, come a little bit early in case there is conditions where it may slow you down.
Good advice. The tournament runs through Saturday, so a big week here in the city of Charlotte. Very important. We want to get right over to Chief Meteorologist Steve Udelson tracking this heavy storm. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, now keeping an eye on this snow, which continues to fly in and around Charlotte. Notice again to the North-South Carolina border. That's where it has been changed over to rain. Greg Suskin's been right on that rain-snow line for the last little bit. In fact, our live early warning Doppler 9 trying to tell us we're starting to mix again in and around Charlotte. Now, north and east of town, you go out I-85. Up high 77. This is where some of the higher snow totals have been. Statesville east on 70 to Salisbury snow. All the way down toward Albemarle, we're seeing that snow fly. Up toward Taylorsville, Hickory, Morganton, Lenore, all seeing snow. In fact, some of it falling fairly heavily. Same story up in the high country, Ashwaubenon, Avery County, 221, 421, and then up 321. All a mess tonight. And in case you're wondering, how much more do we have? Well, the back edge is now over central portions of Alabama. That's about 375 miles or a whole lot of hours away. Our futurecast keeps us in the snow off and on through the night. Notice that rain-snow line still flirting with Charlotte before it finally moves on out by about 6 or 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. But by then, most of the damage is done. We have already seen a lot of snow. Boiling Springs, Shelby, 2 inches. St. China Grove, Lincolnton, and Gastonia, all at about an inch. More snow totals. Again, we're talking about upwards of about an inch or more. And again, this snow is going to continue to fly. We have been keeping an eye on our Facebook and Twitter feeds. You've been our eyes and ears, and they have helped a lot. For more on what's going on, let's head over to John.
Yeah, Stephen, the majority of the comments have been around that change to the rain-snow line, especially for viewers up from Waxhaw down and through Lancaster, where you were literally riding the edge there, starting to see that change to rain and then back to snow. So we've been flooded with comments asking about when would it change back. I want to show you a good one that we had just a little while ago from Amanda Furman Seckinger. She lives up in the Arboretum where they saw mainly rain, wondering when it would change back. Answer to that question, it will be changing back momentarily, probably an hour, and then it'll get more snow. But again, because of that change, you're not going to see as much as compared to spots, let's say, like Norman Mooresville. They are certainly leading the way. Another big question, do you guys have any links to radars in our area? We certainly do. WSOC TV weather app. You click that, you'll have interactive radar right there at your fingertips. Steve?
Absolutely, John. And when all is said and done, we are talking about 3 to 6 inches from Charlotte south through that Arboretum area, down toward Rock Hill and Monroe. South of there, we're talking about an inch to 2, maybe 3. The jackpot looks like it'll be north of Uptown through Salisbury, maybe out toward Kannapolis, west of Lincolnton and out toward Hickory, and down toward Shelby. We could easily see upwards of 6 inches, maybe a little bit more, slightly less on the order of 3 to 6 up across the high country. As far as tomorrow goes, well, you're going to get up to the snow ending. Temperatures will be right around freezing, and that is going to be helpful, believe it or not, because with temperatures around freezing, that means we will not be a solid sheet of ice. There will be compacted snow on the roads, which is hard to drive in, but it's not like what we had to deal with even yesterday, never mind that storm last week. Temperatures mid-30s at lunchtime and in the upper 30s by 5 o'clock. There may be some breaks in the clouds, but temperatures in the upper 30s will be enough to help melt some of the snow. And there's a look at our futurecast showing the clouds hanging in there for most of the day tomorrow, only tapering off late in the afternoon. I know you want to look ahead of the weekend, and so do I. Frankly, we've got partly sunny skies on Saturday, but the chill sticks around. Near 40 on Saturday, mid to upper 40s on Sunday as the clouds win out Sunday afternoon. At this point, I see us being dry over the weekend. Your Pinpo regional forecast for the mountains, any snow showers and early tomorrow. Highs upper 20s along and north of I-40. Afternoon highs top out in the mid-30s. Certainly plenty of cloud cover and some melting of the snow that's on the ground. Same story in and around the Charlotte area. We'll be in the upper 30s to about 40 down toward Rock Hill. And certainly the Midlands, 40, maybe a little bit better, assuming we do get that more rain than snow mix. Our 5-day forecast, partly sunny on Friday, lower 40s. Watch out for Friday morning. That one could have more black ice. As we start to melt the snow tomorrow, it will refreeze tomorrow night because it'll be the colder night, and then we'll gradually continue to melt things as we head through the weekend.
And as you touched on, this is such a different situation than what we saw a week and a half ago, right?
It really is. I mean, snow is actually better to drive on than ice, as we will find out tomorrow.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah.
Temperatures have stayed up. Steve, thanks.
All night we've been getting in some great pictures from our viewers all over the area. And coming up in just a moment, I picked out some amazing pics that I'll share with you when we come right back.